My name is Margaret Robinson Phelps. This is my story. It was midnight when we were awakened from our slumbers with the painful news that my husband Alva was to report for duty with the Mormon Battalion, and I was to be left homeless, without a protector. The call was pressing. There was no time for any provision to be made, no time for tears. Alva started in the early morning. I watched him from my wagon bed till his loved form was lost in the distance. It was my last sight of him. I waited with my small children in a dugout on the prairie, and then happily I heard rumors that some of the men from the battalion were returning to get their families. I prayed Alva would be among them. I needed him. With a hopeful countenance, I attended church meeting on Sunday, expecting to hear of my husband. One of the brethren then announced from the pulpit, "Our hearts go out in sympathy to Sister Phelps this morning because of the death of her husband." I was shocked and disoriented. I gathered my children. I stumbled to the door of the meeting house. I fainted on the threshold. My husband was dead. He died just 2 months into the journey. He would not be coming to rescue me. I was alone now, with 2 small children expecting our third. But gratefully, thankfully, my brother William promised to look after my little family. But shortly thereafter, he caught cholera and died. It was a hard time. Winter found me bedridden and destitute in a wretched hovel which was built on a hillside. The season was one of constant rain. The situation of the hovel and its openness gave free access to the piercing winds and water that flowed over the dirt floor, converting it into 2 or 3 inches of mud. No wood but what my little ones picked up around the fences, the wood so green that it smoked the room when we used it on the fire. The rain dripping, wetting the bed, which I was powerless to leave. No relative to cheer or comfort me, a stranger away from all who ever loved me. My neighbors could do little, their own troubles and destitution engrossing their time. My little daughter of 7 years old, my only help. No eye to witness the sufferings I had, but the pitying one of God. He did not desert me. My baby was born early. I worried that she would live, but she did survive, and eventually our little family made our way west. Today my children are happy and healthy. Even in my darkest hour, God did not desert me.